Welcome to day 32 of my 60-day challenge. So today's Reflection Sunday. I don't know why I said that like a retard. I'm sorry about that. So it is Reflection Sunday though. Let's get that clear. And today I want to talk about a little bit about a few concepts and maybe even go a little bit in deep on what has happened lately with the whole aspect of exhaustion, which I also called yeah, I guess what else did I really call it though? Anyways, the whole issue of me not really knowing how to stay out the full night, like, and not necessarily getting the results I wanted. So I think those two tie nicely hand in hand, and I think I've kind of found out why they're working against me. And yeah, but I don't want to start off there. I want to start off somewhere else, and I actually want to start off with I'm losing the thread here. So let's go back and actually, Jesus, I feel like such a retard, but let's start with that. So I've mentioned exhaustion. If you've been watching any of my past videos, I mentioned exhaustion in the sense of like, oh, I go out for like 6, 7, 8 hours a night and I get exhausted, like physical exhaustion. There is exhaustion in the sense of me trying to stay up here in terms of like energy level and stay in a good mood, but being unable to do so. So I'm constantly like striving for that, which is exhausting as well. And then there's the third aspect of flipping the thumb in there. And then there's the third aspect of it, which is the fact that I need to strive for this energy. The fact that I need to that I feel like I need to be up here is very outcome dependent, and I want to be moving away from that, obviously. And if you watched my video from yesterday, you know I kind of found a nice solution to that. So what I want to be doing more of in the future is being more present. I know that kind of sounds like, well, you're pretty good at that. You might think, yeah, but I'm also I'm constantly in a set and I'm thinking like, oh, there's a hot one, there's a hot one, there's a hot one. I'm kind of like not fully there. And I'm betting like 110% that the people I'm spending time with feels that. So I want to move things more in a direction where I'm having fun and like the friends that I'm out with, I want us to be the core of the fun, but I wanted us to be inviting people in. So what I mean by like, I want to move the focus back on the fun and the genuinity and the authenticity, but without making that an excuse for like not approaching or not engaging people. So I want to constantly make sure that we're inviting people in and like saying hi, giving high fives, or just doing stuff with people. To put it plainly, I want us to be interacting. And yeah, I want us to do that so that it won't become an excuse not to take action. And I think that's going to work fantastically for me in the future. Now, the other thing I kind of want to address is, Jesus, I forgot. I'm a retard. Actually, I want to follow up a bit more on that. So I finished watching a seminar by Todd from his program Women. There's a little bit of a teaser. The seminar was called How to Know What to Say. And he goes in deep about quite a few things. But one of the good things that he says is like, you always want to plan for where you want this set to go. And I think this is what I've done too much of. Like I've been too try hard, too pushy, had a plan to like make every set. Maybe actually, in fact, I've not had a plan for every set. I've just been like, I want to fuck, I want to fuck, I want to fuck. So I've been very needy. I've been very all over the place instead of going in, noticing how that set is going, and then figuring out whether I want to take that anywhere. And he brought out another thing, which is very, very key for how I'm going to be approaching and structuring my game in the future, I feel like. And this is what he called the her-based approach. So basically you base your approach on the girl. And I feel like, so the way Todd explains this is the only scripted thing he does is he says hi. And then he transforms into a cold read from there, which is very dependent upon the girl. So he makes it about her, which is fantastic. And the similarity I can draw from Todd to myself there is that I'm also scripting the hi part for the most. Like, oftenly, that's my approach. I'll go up and say, hi, I'm Martin. Or like, hey, what are you guys doing? whatever it may be, like just like those two first sentences, always kind of along the same lines. And I think that's okay because it's not necessarily scripted. It can be natural, and also it's not too bad of a thing to have scripted. It's not like an opinion opener or something where you always do the same vague thing. You just go up and present yourself. And I feel very confident about doing that. So now it's about moving things in the right direction from there. And then combined with the fact that I want to be more present, be more genuine, and spend more focus on the women and on the girls in the set, it actually makes perfect sense. And then later on, I'll digest with myself, hey, do I want to take this further? Do I want to bring in more people to the party and then escalate on them? Like, how do I plan this out? And that's where things get really interesting. So I think that's going to be the core and the baseline of my plans for the future, of my game in the future. So I'm really looking forward to kind of changing things up a little bit, not being too try hard, not being too outcome dependent, and just trying to do things a little bit differently. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll have learned something from this in 1 week when I see you guys next time for Reflection Sunday. Okay, once again, thanks for listening, and bye.